think it's not a secret for you that we change a lot of words in Russian. You learn the basic word книга, and then suddenly you see a lot of different forms of this word. Книге, книгу, книгой. Which one to choose? It all depends on the case in our phrase. My name is Lina, and today I'm gonna teach you a prepositional case and two very important meanings of prepositional case: location and the object of speech or thought. These two meanings are very important because very often we need to say such phrases. I live in Italy, I'm at the park, I think about you, or we talk about work. In all these sentences we have or location, like Italy and park, or the object of speech or thought, like you and work. And as we can understand, we cannot use the basic form of these words in these sentences, like Italia, парк, ты, работа. No, we will put them in the prepositional case, the case number 6. Now let's look at how we change our words in the prepositional case. And the first, obviously, we will talk about nouns because they are the most important. For masculine nouns, let's remember the basic form of them. Masculine nouns usually end in consonant, any consonant. And here, because it's a consonant, for prepositional case, we will have to add the letter «е». Like this, it'll be стол – столе, телефон – телефоне. As you can see, we just add one more letter. Sometimes, if a masculine word ends in «и», we will replace it with double «и». But the sound will be very similar, like санаторий – санатории. Then, feminine words. In their basic form, they usually have a or ya at the end. When a feminine word in the basic form ends in a, in the prepositional case, we replace it with the letter ye. So this time we don't add this letter, we replace a with ye. Like this we will have мама – маме, работа – работе. Also, a few words, feminine words, end in «ия». Mostly they are countries. Россия, Italia, Франция. In this case, we also replace «ия» with «ии». Россия, Россия, Italia, Италии, Франция, Франции. There are a few feminine words that have soft sign at the end. Soft sign we will replace always with «и». Ночь – ночи. And for neutral, almost the same. Usually we have «о» at the end or «е». If it's «о», again we replace «о» with «е». Like this we will have окно – окне. If it's «е», the question what to do, and the answer is nothing, because we will just keep the word in the same form, like we have the word море. In prepositional case, it'll look the same. Море, море. And again, some neutral words, they have «ие» at the end. Same logic, we will replace «ие» with double «ии». So like this, здание, здание. Let's take some examples. Я живу в России. Я живу в России. Он работает в здании. Он работает в здании. Мы говорим о работе. Мы говорим о работе. Or Они сейчас в парке. Они сейчас в парке. If you notice, here we can use prepositions в, на, or о. Obviously, if we look at the name of the case, prepositional, it comes from preposition. We understand that always in this case we should use prepositions. But if о is clear, it's only for about, в и на can mean the same thing. I already made a video how to choose the correct one, how to choose if we need to use в or if we need to use на in the sentence. So if you missed this video, you can watch it here. And о, as I said, it's pretty clear, but sometimes you can see об. Об, this letter b, we will add when the next noun starts with a vowel. Any vowel. Like this, it can be об игре. And when we pronounce it fast, об игре. Then, sometimes we need to make sentences simple. Sentences using just pronouns. Me, you, him, her, etc. These pronouns you will need to remember how we form them in the prepositional case, because in each case they are different. And the first one, for я, will be also exception. All of them I will give you with the preposition о. Like this, it's much easier to remember them. And for я, it won't be о, it won't be об, it'll be оба. So like this you will have обо мне. If you need to say about me, you just need to remember that it's always обо мне. Then, ты о тебе, он о нем, она о ней, мы о нас, вы о вас, and они о них. For example, я думаю о тебе. Я думаю о тебе. Давай поговорим о нас. Давай поговорим о нас. Ты часто думаешь о ней. Ты часто думаешь о ней. If we need to make a sentence more beautiful and bigger, we will add adjectives, of course. And adjectives also need to change by cases. It will depend, obviously, on the gender of your noun. So first you will need to think about the noun, then identify the gender of the adjective, and then to change it and put it in the prepositional case. Here, the endings for prepositional case for adjectives, for masculine and neutral, the endings are the same. Ом, ем. It can be большой стол in the basic form. In the prepositional case, большом столе. Can be на большом столе, о большом столе, or even в большом столе. Also, высокое здание. В высоком здании. Again, в высоком здании, на высоком здании, or о высоком здании. For feminine, it will be the ending ой or ей. So it can be красивая девушка, о красивой девушке. Same endings will take possessive pronouns, ordinal numbers, and question какой. So like this, for masculine and neutral, it'll be моем, твоем, его, ее, нашим, вашим, их. And for example, number первом, втором, and the question каком. And for feminine, it'll be also the same endings as before, ой, ей. Моей, твоей, его, ее, нашей, вашей, их. And for numbers, первый, второй, and какой. For example, ты живешь в новом доме. Ты живешь в новом доме. Что ты думаешь о моей работе? Что ты думаешь о моей работе? Мы сейчас в очень красивом парке. Мы сейчас в очень красивом парке. Я живу на первом этаже. Я живу на первом этаже. And на каком этаже ты живешь? На каком этаже ты живешь? Okay, we covered all the basics and now let's take plural form because also when we talk about plural objects we will need to put them in the prepositional case. Here, fortunately, we don't need to think about the gender because in plural we don't have genders. We will have just one form for everything. For nouns, the ending will be ах, ях. For example, стол – столах, мама – мамах, здание – зданиях. And for adjective, it will be их, большой – больших, красивый – красивых, красный – красных. For example, он думает о красивых девушках. Он думает о красивых девушках. Она думает о красивых парнях. Она думает о красивых парнях. Мы хотим жить в больших городах. Мы хотим жить в больших городах. Then, another important part is question. So we know our basic questions. Кто, что. But because when you need to ask, for example, what are you thinking about? In English, you put this about at the end of the sentence. We put it at the very beginning, and that's why we cannot keep the word что in the same form. We also need to change it. We need to put it in the prepositional case. And что in the prepositional case will have the form чем, о чем. Like this, the question will be о чем ты думаешь? О чем ты думаешь? Or if you want to ask who are you thinking about, same logic. О ком ты думаешь? О ком ты думаешь? And finally, the last part, exceptions. Of course, in Russian language, we cannot live without exceptions. So here we will need to remember a few words. They will be different from the rules that I told you about before. As I said before, masculine nouns usually have «е» at the end. Стол, столе, телефон, телефоне. But some of them, some masculine nouns, they can have «у» at the end. Now I'm gonna give you a few words and you will need to learn them by heart. It'll be в лесу, в аэропорту, на мосту, на полу, в году and в шкафу. So as you can see, not many of them. We have more, but these are the most important for beginners because we usually use them a lot when we start speaking Russian language. So these exceptions we will need to remember by heart. That's it. You see, cases are not that scaring how usually people describe them. You just need to learn meaning by meaning of each case, and like this you'll be able to practice it more and to use it easily in your daily conversation. Now you can practice this prepositional case and its two meanings on my Patreon page, where I made 2 documents with the exercises, and like this you'll remember even better this rule. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel and learn Russian with me.